Welcome back everybody to Urban Sprawl and to another short update. Last time you tuned in, I made a very short clip updating the bridge over to the zoo. And I've been on the server a few times since then, doing odds and ends. I've got another beacon. This is the third beacon that I've attained for myself, and boy has it come in handy. So let's run through my 6 big projects. The first big project was the zoo. So here's the bridge that I updated in the last very short clip, and I think you'd agree it looks a lot nicer. So let's go across and have a look at my progress with the zoo. So we come across the bridge, there's a little path coming up here, and I've got the plans of the entrance building. I haven't really finished the design of it yet, but I've got some ideas. So you go through, there'll be ticket booths on either side. There's this little bit of a path winding up the hillside, and then we're in the zoo. We've got this lovely big flat area which I flattened without the help of the beacon, so you can imagine how long that's taken. We've got some enclosures being marked off on each side. So there's another enclosure. Over here in this space, I'm thinking of having a cafe and maybe a little shop. And I do want it to work its way down to this level and the ruined portal. So the cafe is going to be called the Ruined Portal Cafe, which I thought was very nice. And we can have seating and a little play area down here for the kids. I haven't done much work down there because I've been working on this. Terraforming does take a long time. Up the little stairs. My experience with zoos is that there's always an enclosure that needs the dark. For those, usually like amphibians and small mammals that are nocturnal, so they are awake when it's nighttime. So I thought I might use this mountain to make a nocturnal sanctuary. So if we come in here, we've got some little enclosures to each side. This will probably be covered in glass. And I will probably put a door to a little hallway that goes around to the back, so you can access the enclosure from the back. And there's another enclosure. I dug this out without the beacon, mind you. This is the reason why I decided to get the beacon, and that took me quite some time as it was. This enclosure's on an angle, so we're going to have to work out how to do angles a little bit. I think I might need to take that wall back a bit because it's not a very wide enclosure. We come around here, got another enclosure there, another enclosure there, and then we come out on the other side of the zoo. We've got a couple more enclosures here. Got another couple here. These two are pretty close together, so you're going to have a nice walkway coming through the centre. And I have been building it up. As you can see, I have been doing some landscaping over this side to make it all nice and flat. Another little enclosure. And another enclosure. And I made a river. Not a very deep one. It is quite wide though, and this flows down into the body of water that was naturally spawning. So we've got a nice current flowing down the incline of the ground there. So I'm going to put a bridge, possibly here, a nice bridge going over to the other side of the water. The other side, I haven't really worked out what's going on over here yet, because if you come over here, we normally get the pillagers starting to spawn, which got one fella there at the moment. So I might need to wall this place off, put a bit of a wall on this side so the guests don't wander too far or too close to the pillager outpost and get shot at. There we go. So we had a couple more spawn. Either that or I turn it into an exhibit at the at the zoo, and here we go. And the pillagers can actually be an exhibit. Geez, they're fast. And I can't get up on this side. I just realised. Okay, I'm going. Where is he? Oh! There we go. So yeah, I could always turn that into an exhibit, or we have the zoo turn into a bit more entertaining area and have a showgrounds right next door to the zoo, and that could be the main attraction. I haven't really planned it out very well, but that is an idea that crossed my mind. We could have a showground built around the pillager outpost and have some different games with pillagers. This is as far as I've got with the zoo. As you can imagine, the landscaping is what has taken a long time to complete. So I have been on the server a few times just digging and flattening and levelling out the ground. So that's the zoo. So that was big project number 1. The second big project was to flatten the hill for the sports arena. I haven't done that yet. So over here we've got the hill that I want to flatten for the sports arena, and as you can imagine, without a beacon this would have taken a long time, but now I've got my third beacon, I'll be able to get this flattened in no time and start planning for the sporting arena. If you've got any ideas for the sports arena, I'd love to hear from you. Big project number 2, I have not started yet. Big project number 3 was to extend the area behind the neighbourhood. And that's something I have been doing. I've been cutting down trees. So let's go and have a look. So here's the neighbourhood. And I've been working back here. So it might not look like a lot, but I have done some terraforming. I've got some different levels taking shape for different housing, and I've got a bit of a path that's been put in, and I've been clearing trees in this area. I didn't cut these trees down because they're so lovely. I really like these big oak trees, so we're going to have to build around them and maybe have a bit of a square in here with some little stalls or something with these trees, because I'm not cutting them down. They are really nice trees. So we've been cutting other trees down for quite a long way. There's another nice big oak tree that I don't want to chop. So as you can see, it's starting to take shape. We've got some structure beginning to be put in place, and we'll probably put in a stairway coming down here to the water's edge, and maybe another little fishing area can be put in on this side. So you can imagine how long it's taken to cut these trees down. Tree cutting is quite laborious. So we have done some work over here. Big project number 4 is the forestry house and development of that area. I haven't started that yet. So if you remember the forestry, I cleared an area out for a nice big mansion. So I want to build a nice big mansion out of different wood types here for the people who own the forestry to live, and put in a little waterway and have houses, some quite flash houses along here. But yes, I haven't started this one yet. Big project number 5 was to start the landscaping beyond the library. I've started that. That's the one that I've been doing quite well at. That's the reason I got the beacon. So let's go and have a look. So as you can see, it was quite a big project. I've cut into the hillside and flattened it down, and I have started building this section up to be at the same level. I'm not sure what's going to happen over here because it gets a bit messy over this side. So we'll get to that. But we'll figure that out when we get there. So this was big project number 5 to start landscaping over here. And this cobblestone section here will probably be extended up into this area somehow. With some more housing. Big project number 6 was the hospital. If you remember, I started working underneath the hospital. Now that we've got our emergency vehicle in place, we can have some surgery rooms and some intensive care units. So here's the hospital. There's the emergency vehicle. There he is. He's quite happy. He's such a happy little ghast. And the underneath of the hospital hasn't really changed since you saw it last. I haven't done anything down here, but we will get to it. So there's a quick update. Some of the projects I have made good headway. Others I have been left while I've been busy. I do appreciate your support. And hopefully over the next couple of weeks, I'll be doing some more progress and we'll get back to our normal routine of the weekly episodes. But until then, thanks for joining us and I'll see you later. Bye.